everybody knows my favorite soca artist is Patricia Ritz. I just wake up and I have no lashes on. It's weird, right? Shit, weird. I know. Sorry. Alright, so I decided to do some mini episodes because, like, necessary, right? People are very receptive to the lives. I like it. Yes, I'm not going to give some raw, you know, thing. This is a weight loss episode. Yeah. You know, say, I will add a piece of phone there. Because Patrice really a jam over here. Position. Yeah, bam. I will put it on the show. Anyway, I just want to know. It's beside me on the bed. Yeah. I had big up to 7 minutes a long time when I wait for that one, yeah. But no, it's alright. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to make it happen again. You understand? Anyway, I'm not going to waste like 1 to 3 minutes a dance, and you know, I don't know why I never just turn the camera like over here, so because like I don't know if it's right-handers tend to look to the left and left-handers tend to look to the right. I don't know. Is that force a habit or something like that? I don't know. Why not? I pimento already in this. What is the name? I'm not pimento. Oh, Jamaicans don't come for me. What is the name again? I'm going to turn it down. Come on, I want to take off the video. Because Michelle Avin sang them lifestyle and something, you know. We need to talk about that. The Caribbean artists don't really license their music. Ridiculous. Well, I know it's expensive, but Caribbean artists, I talk about when they hear the rain, the whole of the Caribbean, then take with music that serious for actually wow. You know, give it the respect what it deserves. Anybody else music they hear in the background, they're gonna take off the video. Ridiculous. Anyway, boom. I'm going to talk to them, you know, like an update about the weight loss I go. I'm frustrated, I'm annoyed, and there's no other word, and I don't think a lot of people, well, the thing is, I don't really people Instagram and things like that anymore unless it's like from a business aspect or I can't sleep at night as per the show. So I haven't really seen, I know everybody has the problem of the excess skin and whatever, but nobody talks about the mental aspect really. That shit right there. Jaja God. Like when you just start lose weight, especially when you're heavy like me, I'm going to do a confession and it's very shocking. I'm very ashamed and embarrassed because I was never supposed to go over, never supposed to reach 300, period. However, I'm going to do another episode about emotional eating, controlling your emotions, and it was a big thing for me because I went to therapy. I'm not a person that eats a lot. I eat with my eye, just as everybody else, how we eat it with our eyes and not really our stomach. I promise you, like, even growing up when all of us would like have these big plates or whatever, I just ate it off for show. Or like my father would be like, you better eat off all of it, you know, especially Caribbean and ethnic parents. Eat off the food, you're gonna be big and strong. Well, bitch, I'm big. I am big. I'm big as fuck. But anyway, between like, oh my god, am I gonna talk about this? One day I'm gonna talk about it. Between 2017 and 2019 was kind of very emotional for me, and I had started therapy in 2017 again, up until maybe like the beginning of 2018, but I should have gone back in 2019 because of some events that had happened in my life. Yeah, I'll talk about it later. But anyway, a lot of people don't talk about the mental strains that come with weight loss, especially when you're heavy. And again, I lost a total of 40 pounds. So I'm very grateful. Like last year when I was looking at pictures, I look like wide, but I'm gonna put pictures. Like this shirt wasn't hanging off for me. You know what I mean? Like it was fitted. It's a shirt dress. It was fitted. I was up in every fit, yeah. I felt okay, but I probably was not. Last year, November, I was like, I'm gonna cancel all the hoes. Yes, I was living wild. After a breakup, I think sometimes things that you don't want to happen or actions that you don't want to do just kind of happen. And I think I needed a confidence boost. Me, a confidence boost in that aspect. In my personal life. My personal life just doesn't. Next episode. Right, mini episode. So, I weighed myself and I was like 380 something. Actually, after carnival, I was 380 something. I was like, no, this can't go. And then in my head, I was like, I'm going home December. The type of parent, one of my parents, is that I don't want to use the word insensitive, but for lack of a better word, it's kind of insensitive about the why are you so big? Honestly, I find that shit so funny sometimes. Because if I don't find it as a comedy relief, I might take it too personal, and depression is a thing for me. So I was like, I need to do something about it. And I started, and then I think between school and working and trying to live life, like trying to find a balance and a happy medium, all this weight came back full force. I dropped like 10 pounds, 10 to 15 pounds between October, because Carnival was the first week of October or something. So between October and the end of November, I lost like 10 15 pounds or something like that. Like mid-November. I was like, whatever. I started just eating. I went back into the horrible habit of eating once per day, or eating very small, sparse meals, getting all this gas, and because or I haven't eaten all day. Oh, let me eat something before I go to bed. Worst thing you can ever do, right? And then, like the 15th, all of that weight came back by the time we went to Puerto Rico in December. And then when I got on the scale, I actually didn't get on the scale before I went home, but I had to buy all new clothes. 3X. I don't wear 3X normally. I might look like a what do you call it, linebacker, quarterbacker, because I have big arms and shoulders and shit. But I was never that big, and my clothes would always fit because I don't really have much titties. And I was ashamed. Anyway, I tried to enjoy my Christmas as best as possible, but I felt the looks. I felt the discomfort, especially from a specific parental unit. And, I was like, So when I came back in January, I said, well, we're going to start effectively trying to lose this weight, girl. Went to a consultation. I got to La Fitness. LA Fitness. And I did the whole consultation. I went to a nutritionist and all of that. I was so ashamed when I went on the scale at the nutritionist office, and that shit read 415 pounds. Me. In my head, I was like, oh, so you want dead? You want to die? And I really had to go home and reevaluate myself on a real level. Like, girl, you have goals, you have opportunities that come your way, you have siblings. To me, I have siblings who are younger who look at our habits and stuff like that. We have certain traits. Mind you, I do have PCOS, and it does affect the thyroid, and I have the insulin intolerance so badly. I said, you know what, I'm gonna consult my gynecologist and whatever. I went. Um, when I was at my appointment and they took my pressure and everything, I think I was overthinking it too. My pressure was sky high. My blood pressure was ridiculous, like ridiculous. My edema got worse. I had swelling from my knees to my toes. Sometimes I could not wear sandals, shoes, no, sneakers, nothing, no. The blood pressure was so bad that they were like, you know what, you need to go to the emergency room now or your primary care so that they could observe you. And I'm like, I feel fine. So I consulted the vaginas, aka my two older siblings, my sisters. I put in the chat. I was like, vaginas, I am dying. I could have a stroke at any moment. They were like, okay. I'm like, huh? We don't we don't do these things. That's ghetto. What's happening? And I was like, I don't know. They were telling me though that it was a birth control because they put me on a new birth control the November before, and I really did feel like sometimes the I felt pressure all in my head sometimes on the left side, and like little changes that I wasn't taking into consideration. But also when taking birth control, some of them are high in sodium and stuff, and I don't do well with salt at all. Flavors are fine. So like when I'm cooking, especially, I will use a lot of fresh thyme, scallion, onion, garlic. The most complete seasoning, or they have this like tropical seasoning I like use. But yeah, I'm a big up to J9, my oldest sibling, doing her PH motherfucking Z in pharmacy. How? So she was asking me what's the name of the birth control, how often do I take it off, yes, every day, whatever, how long have I been on it, da da da. Went to the primary care because I was like, I don't want to go to the emergency room, I'm gonna stress out. And she was like, yeah, you could actually get a stroke. So she put this pill under my tongue, and I was there for hours. And she was just talking to me. And I was like, why was she talking to me in a psychiatric way? And she asked me like my daily routines, da 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 da, whatever. And I'm like, all right, cool. So literally the next week, that was like a Thursday, I remember. Literally the Monday, I can't even look in that camera because my shame. I feel like I'm looking at somebody's eyes, right? Um, sorry. Um, I want to facts. I'm not gonna stop saying. Yeah. So I started literally the Monday. I cold turkey went on a cleanse. That whole week I went on a cleanse, and I did it badly though because I was only doing the juicing, and like they told me you have to gradually go into it. I didn't care. I'm like, I'm too big. I can't do this. What the hell? My birthday is next month. I'm not turning 27. No 400 and nothing pounds. That's not happening. And they're like, yeah, but you can't. Give up. I did my research and found these fat burning pills and appetite suppressant and whatever. Taking all those things mean constipation. And I have IBS, so when I had constipation, I was like, me and my body? That's weird. Um, it is weird. I always need to use the bathroom. Sometimes, most times. That's been controlled too since I changed my diet. Anyway, I realized that within 2 weeks, my edema was like going down. And then February, like the remainder of January, February, I started going back to the gym. I was like, all right, we're limiting the carbs, limiting the sugar, we're limiting everything and upping the good stuff. And that's exactly what I did. And then the week before my birthday, I was actually get this, 405 from, like, I should have looked for the printout thing, from 420 something, 419 something. I was serious. I'm like, skin was clearing up. This shit right here was black, because this determines my insulin as well. I realized when I'm doing badly with my insulin, it gets black, so black. Over here, black. Now it's almost gone. I'm so happy, and I can tell when, like, around my eyes get too black. Yeah, I haven't been eating sweets any at all for the past month either. Well, I did have a customer appreciation, and shout out to Steph. She made the cupcakes and stuff, and they were the right balance. Everybody had loved them and stuff. So I was like, all right, I gotta continue. But push pause, because it was my birthday. We had shenanigans to do, period. I had ordered some lingerie and all that stuff. Because I had a lingerie party. It was great. The lingerie actually fit me and everything. I was happy about that. Yeah, so after that, I'm like, all right, cool. Mind you, all this time I'm doing a master's degree, and it's not easy. And I'm not one of those persons that say, "Oh, I have a master's degree and I have all these." Oh wow, that's very ironic. That there, yeah, but strenuous as well because I was doing a minor and a major, and the major alone was just so much, and we had to do primary research, all of that shit. And the first week of March, school fucking closed down, and everything else closed down because of mother effing COVID 19. It's not the first 19 or the second 19. Why don't want the funny? So COVID broke it down, and I was like, all right, whatever. The first week, I'm not lying, I did a lot of sleeping because I needed that shit. Because I was doing my dissertation, well, capstone project. It was a dissertation. It was like primary research, all those things. It was 30 pages. I worked very hard on it because when they put it in, turn it in, I only had, like, when it comes up, 2%. 2%, like plagiarism or whatever. 2%. I wasn't playing. I worked very hard on that. And I'm like, all right, cool. I weighed myself again, and I was at 400, smack dab 400. I'm like, this cannot go back up. We have to work on the diet part. When they actually said, yeah, we can't just go to the supermarket and whatever now, I'm like, all right, cool. I'm gonna buy up my veggies. I'm gonna buy up my lean meat and whatever. So I found this other girl's page, and I also my friend, because she had lost 150 pounds, and she's like, yo, any form of vegetable, whether steam or raw, with your protein. It could be fried chicken. And also have your scoop of ice cream. Also have your yogurt. All those things. But dairy really messes with me. And my sister had a whole bunch of ice cream last year, 2019. So I'm like, it's okay. I'm not doing all of them things because we used to go to Jackson's. I get big corns and yummy up, and buy half a pint of carrot. We ridiculous. Why we did I do that? Because we could. Not because you can, means you have to or you should. That's guys. Why would it think so? Anyway. My last one, I said that I have a chat too much. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, I mean, if you have like the sweets or whatever, and they're like, no, you go have a, especially since marijuana is in my life. So, yeah, I worked on healthier snacks and stuff like that because you should snack and you should have a very balanced diet and whatever. I opted to not do alcohol for the next 3 months. I incorporated more natural herbs as teas, which I always have. Sorosy, I will drink that, no problem. Garlic and honey, I soak that, I'll drop that in my throat, no problem. So also, I think that's why I haven't gotten corona yet, because like ginger, turmeric, kale, celery, spinach, cerasee, fever grass, lemongrass. Mommy did set up some arrowroot for me, yo. That shit is not to be played with. I don't care whatever these people are selling. If you get some arrowroot and you really want to detox, arrowroot really detoxes you. If you're pregnant, I don't think you should take it. I've witnessed somebody take too much of it and actually lost a child. Didn't know she was pregnant, but lost a child. So be careful with that. Yeah, and I went into more holistic. I went into the holistic way. But yes, before I went full fledged, I had to sit down and I meditated and I prayed. And I said, God, I'm going to go on this journey for me again. My mother has one child. I need to take care of her. There's nobody else to take care of her or help to take care of her or whatever. I have to buckle on and get my shit together. So I was strictly doing just half an hour walks or whatever, or just, around my neighborhood. And I had bought a home workout set something, and I had my mats and whatnot. So I was doing like YouTube workouts, and stuff. Yeah, and then I had like squeeching some clients who I knew were home and following the proper precautions. Of course, I sprayed down and wore my gloves and my mask and stuff. I don't. Where were we going in quarantine when I didn't need enough foot and finger for the Jesus? I don't know. But anyway, also Fluff's Heavenly Nails, Fluff's Heavenly Nails on Instagram. Follow that. Stuff with the fluff. Follow that. Thanks. All right. So one of my very good friends, Janae, shout out to Janae. She's so sweet. One of her, I don't know, friend or acquaintance, somebody that she knew came. And I was like, where are you going in workout clothes? All the gyms and everything are closed. She's like, no, I work out on 22nd round, a coach and whatever. I was like, all right, give me his name. I don't know. I don't care how much it costs. I have to lose this weight because then by now I'm having like shooting pains in my back and all that shit. Girl, when I checked it out, he was like $75 a month. I was like, okay, all right, I'm going on Monday morning. And I went. He asked me how much I weigh. He asked me all the things that they would ask you: height, weight, how are your knees, how are your back, all that stuff. And that's how he gradually started me with speed walking, lightweight workouts for my knees and all of that. And I promise you, he's like, listen, when you go home, you need to eat properly. And you have to have a balanced diet. Try not to do a lot of carbs. Same thing Emmanuel told me. Try not to do a lot of carbs. Incorporate green leafy vegetables. Steamed, raw, more than likely if you can. Yeah. With your proteins. I'm like, alright, cool. I did it in a month. I think it was like more so. This was what? At this point, it was June because I didn't start in May. I just went, to see what, yeah. So I started June. And it started happening mentally where I'm like, I had lost 10 pounds in June. It was not an easy 10 pounds to lose because mentally I was not there. For some reason, I felt like I didn't deserve to lose the weight, or because I was always big, I should just remain big. And when I'm, what he asked me what my goal weight was, and it was a trigger for me because I was like, I don't know, I don't want to be skinny. I just want to be healthy, and I don't want 5 necks because sitting like this, you would have never seen my neck. 27? No, that's ridiculous. And you know what I developed? Anxiety. Come on man, I had to meditate on that. I had to do a fasting. I'm like, God, take it out. There was a time where I wasn't losing any weight, but when I measured, like, inches were coming off. Depression. I'm like, I'm not losing the weight fast enough. Whatever. July hardly went. Wasn't consistent at all. And what people don't realize is that if your mental isn't there, and my coach, shout out to Coach D, seriously, because if it were not for him and telling me, listen, you need to work on your mental, I mean, I'm communicating that to him, like, my mental isn't there for real. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, sir, I'm gonna work on it. The bulk of my weight actually really came off between July and September. I was trying hard to get a regime and a lifestyle change. Between May and July, It was crazy. Also, between June and July, I had a slight entanglement that was like very distracting. I also don't regret it. It was kind of great. Yeah, if that was an entanglement, goddamn. It was nobody's husband or boyfriend. Well, I don't know actually. Should do some research. But something when I go and write this one, way I shouldn't have ever done that at all. You know what I'm saying? I should have never done that at all. But anyway, yeah, it was great. Anyway, yeah. So I have now lost. Let me check. Hold on, let me look, honey. I can't see over this. So I have a board. Calculate to feel the total. La lava. Balaclava. Big up to St. Elizabeth because I went to Hampton. Ooh, we don't do this. Big up to St. Elizabeth because I went to Hampton. Big up to all the Hampton old girls. Shout out to our brother school Monroe. So basically, for most of my adolescent life, I've been in St. Elizabeth. Shout out to Middle Quarters. The shrimp lane bud. Shout out to Balaclava, Santa Cruz. Where else we always there? Malvern, that's how we did live because the school was there. Junction, Massif, Mandeville. I was all over the place. Every club that goes everywhere I was in like 12 clubs and I was on the executive board for most of them. Ridiculous. But that was because I can't sing and dance, so had an excuse. So coming from, and I'm not gonna reveal my weight yet until next month because I gained 10 pounds and I want it to come off. Well, I gained 10 pounds and I did a detox last week and actually dropped 5, so I'm thinking it's just backed up shit, literally. Uh, no, that's not it. It was 419. 419. So far I've dropped 40 pounds, and I have to remember that that entails that includes water weight, etc. Now I was having abdominal pain the other day and I was wondering if it's because I came off the um in October, if I came out the birth control. Now I've been doing well. As you can see, my skin has been really well. It used to be very blotchy and cloudy, and even my scalp, you know what I mean? I've upped my water intake. I drink at least 2 vegetable or natural juices per day. Plus, I'm off dairy. Almond milk is queen for me. Cashew milk, coconut milk, them something there. And I'm gonna do a meal prep episode so you guys can see what I eat and everything. Mind you, I eat rice sometime, but it's not going to be every day and it's not going to be every week. Rice is like a treat for me because I will eat rice every day. Me talk about rice and peas, white rice, yellow rice, you know matter rice, dumpling, them something there. So I now find a happy medium with. I experimented with like dumpling and Irish potato and yam and them something there, and I realized like if I'm gonna eat a starch, it's gonna be for that day only early, maybe like for breakfast. So if you say a Jamaican breakfast per se and them have boiled banana, I love boiled banana, I would prefer to just have boiled banana, but that's not filling. So a boiled dumpling, a boiled banana, a piece of yam and a piece of Irish small with whatever meat, steamed vegetable and then something that, yeah. I have an orange juice issue, but I think it's because like, you know, I cut the diet and whatever, I get acid reflux, and so I can't do a lot of orange juice. But orange juice is my main juice, especially unsweetened or semi-sweetened, little with little pulp. It like literally tastes like I drink, I eat an orange. But yeah, I just totally changed. I can tell you straight up. But like I became very frustrated yesterday because I went back on the scale. And I was like, this is impossible because Monday when I weighed, I told my mom because as I said, I gained 10 pounds last week. I said, no, I'm doing a cleanse. I did juicing 2 juice per day, 1 meal replacement, and 1 meal. So it was semi juicing. 1 meal, and I intermittent fasted. Yeah, and I dropped 5 pounds in a week because of this rain. We could not be going to training, and I hate working out inside. Although I did, and it was okay, but still, it felt weird. Um, yeah, I was so frustrated. I was like, seriously, but I see my body, you know. And then my friend is like, please remember that um you're probably going back into your old habits of having 1 meal per day and drinking your juice and probably having friggin' diarrhea or something like that, and your body's gonna hold on to the fat. Like, that's very true. And I'm like, girl, but, and she's like, shut up. Shout out to my best friend Viv. Like, literally, she is the gatherer. She's like, let me gather you, bitch. Come here. Let me fucking snatch you. She's like, first of all, you're not like a big eater like that where you're gonna sit down and eat a half a cake or drink a bottle a gallon of juice and eat like 10 meals or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, she was the one that also kind of gathered me when I was trying to find a happy medium. She's like, I don't know why sometimes you bring all this food or whatever when you know you're not going to eat it, or you can't, as a matter of fact, right? So she's like, yeah, you need to like stop that shit. And I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. She's like, and I don't know why you're frustrated. You know, sometimes we plateau or whatever. You probably need to change up the workouts. But I kid you not, my trainer does not give us the same thing every day when we go. So I'm like, it's probably a mental thing again because I've been feeling real low. And this is just a season where I feel real low because so many of my family members have passed on during this time. My grandma died November 7th. My grandma died November 7th. What is it, 6 or 7? November 7th. It's been like 7 years now since she passed on. 10 months later, as a matter of fact, let me start from the beginning. My godmother died in November of 2006. I think it was 2006 or 2008. Whenever I was in the 7th grade. When I was something like 2007? 7th grade. And then couple years after my godfather died, which was her husband, around the same time. Then my grandma, a couple years later, November 6 or 7, it was 7th. And then 10 months later, my aunt, who I grew up with, like in the house with me and everything. I'm sorry, I kind of got emotional. My aunt, who I grew up with, was my mom's sister, my grandma's daughter. She died 10 months later of a complication from a fibroid surgery. Fibroids running in my family wickedly, so my mom has been watching me since puberty, actually. I'm sorry. She's been watching me since puberty because it's a big thing. She had like 12 fibroids that she had removed a couple years. 12. They only saw 3 all these years, and they went in there for 12, like towards the back of her womb. Ridiculous. My aunt had really big ones, like to the point where her first child was a hermaphrodite, didn't survive. Then right after they're like have kids right now. So they had my cousin Trika, which we were born in the same year. I was born in February and she was born October, and then Tia 2 years after. So they had it. I know my other aunt, I think she had complications with fibroids as well, Auntie Marine. And I know one of my mom's other sisters had issues with it too. So she's been watching me with the fibroids. But guess what? Skip the fibroids. Hey, PCOS! Right. And we get the kind of the same issues, like, just ridiculous. So 10 months after that, my aunt died. Are you serious? Like 3 days shy of her birthday. And a couple months after that, my uncle died, like her son. And I'm like, alright, family curse. Alright, cool. So you see, when November starts, I don't want it. I don't want it, because from November to like January, I'm emotional as the hell. I'm depressed. I just want to close my windows and just lay in bed. I don't want to think about it, nothing. But yeah, so those things really affect us. And if I still have this little undeserving feeling like I don't think I should weigh under this weight or whatever, you know? But anyway, and the mental strains that come with weight loss are ridiculously serious. If you have friends that are going through drastic life changes, because they don't have to be as big as me, they just probably want to start toning up and whatever. It takes a village to raise a child, and it takes a village to maintain your life. I don't care what nobody says. If not for my friends, my sisters, my mother, because my sister has lost 100 and enough pounds before, both of them actually. And sometimes I see the frustration in even Jordan, my sister's face sometimes when she's like, fuck, like I gained all this weight. And I'm not going to give too much details, but she has an autoimmune deficiency, and it is a factor as well because sometimes she can't do the rigorous workouts as she would like. And she will gain like 15-20 pounds in a month, but it's not really her fault because it's not like she's eating like a whole cow and everything. You understand? So check on your friends if they are going through life changes such as those, because the mental strain is yeah, like yesterday I was frustrated to the point where I just didn't eat anything. I'm like, you know what, fuck it, I'm not eating shit. And then best friend just happened to had called me, or I had called her or something, and she's like, bitch, stop the foolishness, go eat something or whatever. And I had meal prepped, so I had my salad and citrus chicken. I had made chicken thighs, so I had that. And then I had or after I had like, if I'm doing a detox, did a detox juice. It works on you all day, and then during the night you just pee. Turmeric, ginger, lemon, unsweetened orange juice, and celery. Nice. It have a tongue though, say the palm. You're really supposed to do a shot, so I do half the bottle and then do the half another bottle afterwards. But anyway, yeah, the mental stress, it comes with a whole lot of other things too, like the depression, the frustration, the anxiety is a big thing. When I did my research, anxiety was a big thing. I combat these things with meditation, reminding myself that I am human, reminding myself that it did not take me a year, a day, a month, a week, 2 weeks even to gain this weight. It came on over time, so it's going to take a lot of time for it to come off, especially if I have goal weights and stuff like that. Try not to kill myself and to remain consistent, and my coach reminds me of that as well. But I have to remind myself of that, because this time I'm not losing weight for anybody else, because I've lost a lot of weight before, been under 300 and everything. I wasn't doing it for myself, I was doing it, yeah, now I'm doing it definitely for myself. When I tell you, I am so much happier. I enjoy. If I miss a workout, I'm upset. Literally, legit upset. With who? Everybody. I ain't get to go because it's rain, and that also pisses me off too, because it's like I was planning on having this type of carb this week or whatever. Like, that's my dilemma. Yeah, that's not my dilemma. No. But anyway, goodie, me I come in, I'm snatching I come in, and my waist is coming in. Like, I was showing somebody past pictures of me when I was like 23. Even in high school, I'm like, I never had a waistline. Never had a waistline. This waistline is from me changing my lifestyle, and also the waist trainer helps. I was wearing the waist trainer for the bones in it for my back. Anyway, check on your friends, period. And more episodes that might come, yeah, I promise. Anyway, big up on yourself, stay safe. Coronavirus is still out there. Be safe. Wash your ass, wash your body, wash your hands, spray up clean. Why not clean out? Clean. Alright, big up on yourself. This is like a mini episode. I want all episode. I'm not edit this, but just I put it up. You see me? I love y'all. Goodbye.